Roku has disabled millions of TVs and streaming devices until you consent to their new terms of service. Let's talk about it. So about a year ago, Roku announced they'd be updating their terms of service in 2024. You probably did hear about it, but you didn't pay it much attention because that's a whole 12 months away, and that's a problem for future you. Well, future you is now current you, and as part of Roku's new terms of service is a change to how people can dispute the issues they're having, including a forced arbitration agreement which basically prevents users from suing them or participating in class action lawsuits against Roku, which, you know, isn't suspicious at all.
But it's my TV!
Yes, technically, but it does run on their software and sometimes hardware. Look, there's no point in panicking. Arbitration has been in the terms of service since you bought the TV, and I'm sure you read them then. All they're actually doing here is adding a boring legal hoop for us to jump through. Basically, if you have a legal complaint, you need to take it direct to Roku's lawyers, who will try and resolve it so that you don't have to go to court. Sorry, they don't have to go to court. It's known as a pre-arbitration process. I swear I'm fun at parties.
But why would they be doing this?
Well, me in a hat. I can see 3 reasons. Firstly, this tells me that they intend to sell you more content, and they want to be consequence-free if in the future they want to delete that content even though you paid for it, because their license has run out. You know, the same as when you buy a book on Amazon Kindle, you technically don't own it and they can amend it or delete it whenever they feel like it. I've done a full video on how that's possible here. Secondly, they're about to lay off a shit ton of staff and they know as a result their service is going to go downhill faster than Fudbutt did in the climactic scene of the 1991 Disney classic Hook. Are my references getting too dated, or are you just too young for this video? You decide. Roku knows that any savings they'll make from these layoffs will be outweighed massively by potential lawsuits, so they're just trying to get ahead of that. Or third, and finally, and most likely, they're about to mine your TV for data like their lives depend on it to stay competitive, and they can't be asked with the legal paperwork. You know, like Walmart's about to do with Vizio. Full video on that here. They also want to set a precedent, because if they can get away with this, you can bet your sweet ass that every other smart TV, hell, every other smart device manufacturer is going to push something like this through as well. And people are naturally complaining because they just want to watch TV. So, like a dominatrix working overtime, they've got you by the balls because nobody wants to read a boring, lengthy legal document when they're about to sit down and watch TV. Even if you could read the terms of service, there's no guarantee that they won't change them the following week, and then you have to read them all over again. And look, I'm not a betting man, but I put 100 on red that they're written at a reading age that nobody can fucking understand. And even if you can read it and understand it, and you disagree with it, what are you going to do? Throw away your TV? In this economy? I think not. Oh, sorry, what's this? A cheap plug? I've done a full video on why businesses need to write their terms of service at a reading age we can all understand, or what's the fucking point? If you want to watch this video, it's linked below and up here right now.
Isn't that illegal?
Yes, in the EU, but in America, it's not illegal. Yet.
The fuck?
Yeah, it appears the CEO of Roku did a master's at the HP School of Marketing, because if you're not shitting on your customers, are you even a company?
Why is all big tech run by fraudsters?
You misspelt capitalist?
Can we sue them for doing this?
I guess, but who has time for that shit?
Fair point. I mean, is there any good news?
Kind of. I mean, you can sort of maybe in a way opt out, but it involves writing a physical letter to Roku's lawyers and waiting for a reply without a TV. And I mean, you can still watch TikToks and YouTube videos while you're waiting, and thank you very much for the views, but other than that, you're screwed. And if you are thinking about hitting the accept button, remember there's no undo option. So if you've got kids, make sure they don't accidentally hit accept on your behalf, because as much as I'm sure that's not legally binding, I'm also sure as shit that Roku have better lawyers than you, and they will make it stick like flies on shit. Isn't living in the future fun? Godspeed.